With recruiting season starting up this week, we wanted to go over our top 5 tips to help you be seen. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know if you have any other questions or if you have other tips that we could use to help more players be recruited.
Be sure to also share this with anyone that might also be going through the recruiting process.
I thought you were going to make it fun. Be sure.
No, don't be shy. Make sure you share this with other people going through the recruiting process.
So probably the hardest part, at least for a lot of my athletes that I work with, is coming up with a big enough list, because we all have our dream schools and you should absolutely have your dream schools. But so many of my pitchers are like, yeah, I want to go to one of these 5. Like, no, you need like 50. You need to have a huge list. So what I always recommend, and I'm pretty sure we did the same thing with you, come up with a list of absolute must-haves that you need from your school. Like in my mind, this would be major, where it's located, big city, more rural, how far away from home, that sort of thing. But everybody's must-haves are going to be different. And those are the actual deal breakers, right? If a school that you're interested in or that's recruiting you does not have those, it's off the list. And then you have your like major wants, like I want a football program and I want big campus. Okay, fine. Like that is the college experience that a lot of people dream of, which is okay. And then maybe you have like your wishes, like I want it to be on the beach. Like, okay, like great, but that's not going to be what makes your decision. Start with
it might be for some people. But yeah, it depends on what you want.
That's definitely my bias. That is always the example that I use because I've had a lot of athletes say that. I'm like,
oh, really?
Towards the bottom of your list.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
One of the tools that I recommend to all of my clients is College Coaches Online. And basically you put in certain parameters for what you're looking for in a school, and it will show you every single school that has a softball program that meets those parameters. And so then what I tell them to do is, okay, you go look at every single one of those, make sure they have your major or make sure it's the size of the school that you need. And you add every single one of those schools to your list and you start emailing them. And the reason I say this, it's really easy to whittle down your list. It's so easy to be like, well, you're just a little bit too far away. Well, you're not quite the right fit. And then you're just like really focusing on 1 or 2, and that doesn't give you enough options. So you want to keep that list as big as you can for as long as you can, because once it starts to get too small, it's a lot harder to make that list big again when you need more options. So College Coaches Online.
My College Coaches Online was a whiteboard in my living room, but that was when it was like narrowing down.
And you were one of the lucky few that had multiple options from a very young age. So
yeah. That's another thing too, is like to not compare yourself with other people and their recruiting process. Like everyone's process is different. Even when you get to college, you're going to play with people that committed in, well, now the rule changed, but like in my era, people that committed in like 7th or 8th grade, and also playing with people that committed their senior year of high school. So it's like, but they still got to the same place, so it's just, don't compare yourself to other people. I mean, that's just like in general in life, just don't do that. So especially in the recruiting process. And parents, don't pressure your kids, oh, well, this person on the team has offers from this school, is going to visit this school. Don't do that. So just stop comparing either yourself or your kids or, all that. It's just pointless.
It is very difficult to do. It is when you're inundated with all the stuff from your travel ball coach and all the things you see online and like just the perception of everything, because you do see, these athletes getting committed, but they're still far from the norm. The vast majority of athletes have not committed. Like for the 2027 class, right? There's athletes being committed. The vast majority of them have not been. You don't need to be in a rush to get committed. As much as you want the process to be over, don't be in a rush and settle for a school that's not the right school for you. Be on top of your emails. You have to be on top of your emails. If you go to a tournament, as soon as you know when you're playing, you got to send that out to coaches. As soon as you know what specific game you're going to pitch, send that out to the coaches on your list. And then as soon as you get back, like Monday morning, or you can even schedule an email ahead of time, thanking coaches for coming to watch you play. The more you're on top of it, the better it is. Like, it's just one of those things, and I know it gets annoying, but it is so, so, so important to stay on top of your emails.
Don't just copy and paste the same one. Tailor it a little bit. You can have the same format, which like I would do that, before a tournament. I would send, I'd copy and paste like the schedule and what field we were going to be on, what dugout we were going to be in, the address to the field. Like, make it super easy for them. All the information's in one email. They shouldn't have to look up anything. But yeah, like, kind of tailor it. Like, if you, I don't know, something cool happened or during the week, or like you saw maybe that coach got like an award or something, like, say those things. Like, have a personality. Like, they don't want just like straight to the business. Like, give a little something. Not the whole email, but just, little personality in there is important. I know some coaches do prefer, because I started seeing people posting on Twitter, like they make like a softball account and like tag coaches. And I was like, is this what we're doing now? But coaches look at that. Don't only rely on that. But if that's something that is up your alley, I know that some coaches do look at those things. So
with the social media one too, don't turn down any avenue of helping yourself be noticed by coaches. Use every single tool that's available to you, because it will pay off. Twitter, Instagram, like, I don't know, like whatever else there is, I can't keep up, but use every available avenue to help you.
Like, those like skills videos and things like that.
Yes, they know that they're not hitting the ball at you as hard as you can, but they can see your footwork. They can see how soft and quick your hands are. They can see your transitions. Another resource is NCSA and Sports Recruits. Make sure you get profiles on at least one of those, because coaches do look at those sites a lot.
So going off of social media, you also want to make sure that your accounts are clean. I know people say this, but sometimes you see things and you're like, what the heck?
Well, and even your personal account.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking the softball account. I'm talking like your personal account, because they look at that. And I was like private, and my mom literally monitored my social media accounts to where if something inappropriate with like a cuss word popped up in my feed, she was like, unfollow them. I'm like, they can't see that. She's like, I don't care, unfollow them. It was heavily monitored, and literally probably wasn't until some year, maybe like high school, where it was like, okay, what's appropriate and what's not. I'm like, I mean, I have known, but what you post, keep it tasteful. Don't be posting yourself partying. Don't be posting, inappropriate pictures that, like, would you feel comfortable showing this to, like, walking up to a head coach and showing them a picture of that? Do you need to think that question when you post something? Like, if you're comfortable printing out that picture and mailing it to the head coach, then post it. But if not, don't post it. Same thing with reposting things, liking things. Well, actually, I don't know. When you like something, it doesn't really show up in the feed anymore. But still, like, just be smart, okay? Keep it PG.
Family friendly. I'm like, Maze, I need you to call me. So our last one, and arguably the most important one, is making sure that the entire time you are at the field, you are presenting yourself in the best light you can. So that means when you make an error, you don't roll your eyes, you don't beat yourself up, you don't change your posture. Or when a coach talks to you, or your coach pulls you out, you're not rolling your eyes and giving them attitude. If you're talking to your parents walking to the car, you're not giving them attitude. You're having a good conversation, good body language, because coaches are watching all of that. You have to remember, they're recruiting athletes, but a big part of being on a team is how well you get along with the coaching staff and the players. And so if you're out there having a bad attitude and your body language is screaming, leave me alone, I'm better than you, I don't need you, why are you talking to me? Coaches aren't going to go anywhere near you. And so it's really, really important the entire time, no matter how frustrated you are, or whether you agree or disagree with the coach's call or what your parents say, make sure you're in control of your body language.
I'm telling you, any top team, they see that and you're literally crossed off. It doesn't matter how good you are. You could be the number one recruit in the country. You have a bad attitude and you're a bad teammate, no one wants you. At least the top schools that care about their culture, they're not going to want you.
And another thing to make sure of too, when you're out there playing, it's the same game. The game hasn't changed. The bases are still 60 feet. You're still pitching from 43 feet. Play to win. Coaches can tell when you play to show off, and that's not who they want on their team, because now it's just about you. It's not about winning. So when you're out there, even though like the score doesn't matter and it, doesn't really count towards a wins and loss record, play to win. Coaches want to see competitors, and it's not about always having your best game. Coaches know you're going to have off days. How do you still compete? How do you still find ways to be successful even when you're off?
Like, they're not expecting you to be perfect. They're not expecting your pitching form or hitting form or any of that to be perfect. Like, again, they're caring more about the teammate that you are, or like the competitor that you are. The skills and all of that is that's the last thing that they're looking at, because they know that can be developed and that can be fixed if you're coachable, which is also something that they're going to look for, whether on the field or at camps or any of that. But
and they're also looking for how you react to failure.
yes,
That's another
and
big
it's
one.
like you're going to fail and you're going to keep failing. When you get to college, you're going to keep failing and failing and failing. That's the sport. Take that pressure away. They're not looking for perfection. You don't need to pretend like you're this perfect player. No, just go out there and compete, have fun with your teammates, play to win. Like you said, if you make a mistake, move on. So what? It's going to keep happening.
Go out there and get the next one. You give up a home run, go right at the next batter.
No coach is ever going to cross you off because you made an error, but they might cross you off because of your reaction to that error. Keep that in mind.
When I was at Cal, we had a player we were recruiting. The coaching staff had gone to go watch her, and they'd been following her for a while. And the game that they went there, she made 5 errors. 5 errors. But because she kept competing and she kept her head on straight and she had a good attitude, she still made it count. She was one of our best players. Errors happen. Coaches know that.
Again, with how you're presenting yourself, like you said, they look at not even on the field when you're in the dugout. They're looking at you in the dugout. Are you sitting down? Are you standing up? Are you cheering? Are you having a conversation off to the side? Like, are you focused on the game? Are you, they look at all of that. And then they look at you after the game or before the game. How are you talking to your parents or your guardian, whoever's with you? How do you talk to coaches? All of that. You just need to be on your best behavior.
Actually, it's not even your best behavior. Right? Like, that's just how you should be. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's why I said that. I'm like, not even. Like, don't be a
in the
picker,
workplace, you can't be giving your boss attitude every day because you disagree with what they want you to do. And you can't be awful to your coworkers, right? You got to find a way to make it work. You do not have to like them, but you have to respect them and treat them well.
Yeah, I think arguably you can send out all the emails in the world and get coaches to come. But if you're not proving that you're a good person, at the end of the day, it's being a good person, being a good teammate.
So these are our 5 tips for players to help you be seen and help you get recruited and have the most success out in the field. But there's one more really important factor, and that is parents. Let it roll.
Parents,
Let it roll.
So the last tip, we just talked about was how you present yourself, how the coaches see you. Parents, they're also looking at you because they don't want crazy parent. Because, okay, I'm gonna just tell you, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, right? So if your parents are acting all sassy and think your daughter deserves, my daughter deserves a pitch, gets mad, walks away when your daughter's not playing, that's usually a sign that the player also feels very entitled. But parents, they look at you too. They look at how you react. They look at, are you cheering for everybody? Are you off to the side gossiping, not paying attention when your daughter's not playing? Are you yelling at the umpire, yelling at the coaches? Any of that is just, they don't want that there. Because again, good teams with a good culture don't want to bring in bad apples. If you're a parent watching this, control yourself. Act like an adult. If you're a pitcher that's watching this, I'm sorry if you have to parent your parent, but send this video to them so that they can lock in. You don't want to mess up your kid's future because you don't know how to control your emotions at a softball field. Or actually I don't know, like some parents get like obliterated and are just like talking the whole time.
Also, don't get obliterated at the field.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Like, okay, if you want to have like a beer or something, like that's fine, but like control it.
Yeah. Like getting like hammered at the softball field will never make sense to me. I understand that, travel softball as a parent is stressful and it's a lot, but there's no reason you should be getting like obliterated.
Especially in front of college coaches.
Yes. Anything you wanted to add?
I was just waiting to take a time out at the snack shack.
Yeah. Well, because it makes for a fun, like at OU, our parents, I think arguably our class, like when I was there, had the best parent section because they did all the cheers. They were like getting rowdy. They were getting other people to cheer. Like you could always hear our parent section. So it's like you recruit good people and good families. Like your experience is so much better for you and your parents who have put so much time and sacrificed so much for you throughout your whole entire softball career. Like it's fun for them too. Like my mom has a freaking blast every weekend when she was out here. Like she loves all the parents.
That's how it was at Cal too. Our parent group was so much fun. They would always plan tailgates and they would plan like dinner reservations and all sorts of things. And it was like such a fun group. And like, so when I graduated, I think my dad actually went into like a little bit of a depression because he lost so many friends.
Bye.